Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the garage. We're getting back on Project Goldie, 79 Chevy K20 LS swap. So here we go. This is what we got going down. This is what we did last time. Got the engine up in there, doing engine bay mock-up. That's what we're going to continue on today. Here is the air box out of the 3500, the 2005 3500, and then there's the plate that it mounts to. So today I'm going to mark some stuff and get this plate in here. I'll build some stands off of it and we'll get it rolling. The other thing I want to do before I get to cutting metal and welding and stuff like that is to come over here and get the battery box in here where I want it. So batteries over here, air intake's over here, and I think it's gonna look nice and clean. So I'm gonna go figure out what kind of battery trays I got. I got the battery tray that was on here that came out of the wrecking yard, and I might have the battery tray off of the 3500, so I'm gonna go check that, and then whatever we got, we'll make it work in here somehow. All right guys, so here's my tray from the crawler hauler. So I think we could actually make it work like that, and then it could bolt right onto the fender, kind of sit down low there, plenty of room for the battery. The only problem is that little deal's on this side. So it might be better like that, or you know, we could do something like tuck it way down there like that, tuck it way down there like that, bend these over, bolt these in here, and then we could just make a couple standoffs. Yeah, that might work too. And that's kind of nice and level. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Play with it a minute and see what we figure out. So I got this battery tray mocked up in here, and so now we can take the core support back out, since I know, you know, the location of the battery box, and I know the location of this guy here. So what I went and did is just marked it right here on the fender where it's going to be. Now I can just mount it up there nice and straight, and we should be good to go. And yeah, so we'll just take the core support back off, be good to go. Here's what I did with the battery tray is I reused the mounts that were on it. This is from the 3500 crawler hauler, and using a couple. So what I'm going to end up doing is, this is just temporary, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld a nut on right here, and then that way the screws can go up through the bottom of the fender well, and you know, there's not screws hanging down that's going to catch on anything. Now the one thing about right here is, when I had the battery here, I just figured this would be the best spot because it doesn't get in the way of like the light plug and stuff like that. It leaves you plenty of room to plug that stuff in. There's a little bit of room on the side. The only thing is the positive connection is right here. So if this has to be relocated a little bit, it's not going to really bother me. I just wanted to kind of see if it would work, but you know, no biggie. We can just move it over a little bit, and then that way this will just look nice and stock. Like I said, you know, everything in here, I want it to look like it came like this from the factory. So let's just keep on rolling along and see where we get. guess what? Overnight parts from Japan. Well, maybe not Japan and maybe not overnight, but from Sparks, Nevada. So let's get to the bench, see what's up. All right, guys, let's pop this box open, see what we got up in this mugger. Be gentle with it. Don't want to cut anything. All right. So, as you may know, let me pull this camera up a little bit. So, as you may or may not know, I would like to do my harnesses from pretty much scratch, but in this case I opted to just go with the painless. It's exactly what I need. Should be smooth sailing, and I'll give it a try, see how it does. So painless harness. Got me a bunch of Russell fittings here. So this should be everything we need to do to finish up our fuel lines. We got these bad boys. Spark plugs, TR55s. What else do we get? Look at all this stuff I'm buying from Summit Racing. Summit Racing, if you're watching, I really could use a 4L80. You can hook it up for the channel, you know, you gotta do it. Anyways, all right, so back to the action here. So, hose, some Russell hose. I like to use on my fuel systems. It's what do they call it? PTFE or whatever. But anyways, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, but it's this stuff here, and it's a dash 6. So I got a 20-footer and a 10-footer, and that should get us going. Fittings. Got this guy here. This is the EP 381, and this is the fuel pump that we're going to be running. High pressure. So we'll be replacing the pump that's in this cinder that I'm getting ready to pull out of here in just a sec. What is in there? Oh, I looked at our brake lines. So this is what we're going to be using to finish up the brake lines. That's big enough there. Anyways, we'll have to see. It comes with all of this action here. Comes with a buttload of fittings, some couplers, unions, whatever you have you. So yeah, with that there. Hopefully that works out for us. And we got some manifold header bolts. So these are ARPs. I like using these suckers. They're pretty nice. And what else we got going on? All right, we got some Taylor. We got some spark plug wires. And then we got anyways, and then there's our fuel cinder, and then that's a low pressure because this is for actually like an 87 throttle body. So we're just going to go ahead and replace the pump. It should be good to go. So hopefully you can see that there. This guy, replace the pump, be good to go. Comes with a ring and O-ring, but so does the tank. So we should be good to go there. And so that's it, I think. So this is everything. So this is everything that we need basically to finish the truck, besides transmission, transfer case work, and drive lines to actually get it running. So like with all this stuff though, I can actually get the brake system done. I can get all the fuel lines ran, and pretty much we could probably start it if we wanted to. I do need to get the power steering line, so I need to order an adapter for that, and then a stock hose for this truck, and then we will be in good shape. Let me show you the fuel tank. So this is an 87 Blazer fuel tank, 31 gal, and I don't know if you could see in there, maybe you can, but it's baffled up in there, and if I could find my light I would shine it down in there, but anyways, it's got the baffle in there. The tank, my mock-up tank that I've been using, it doesn't have that baffle, so it ain't gonna work. You can alter these tanks, put a late model pump in there like I did on this one over here. So that's what I did to this one, and I don't recommend doing that. I would rather just use the stock stuff. It already has the breather tube on it, or the vent tube and all that stuff. So this one should work. So yeah. Anyways, if you're wondering what I'm using, it's just dash 6 stuff. So there's the ends, and you know, there's the fittings. So that is it. Oh yeah. Hey, we got a little treat today, guys.
How's everything?
Good to see you, man.
How you been?
Good. It's that K5.
That's it, dude.
Tell me a little bit about your Blazer.
So my buddy James did some work for a friend of ours, and this was her ex-husband's, and for payment she said take it.
Oh,
he
really?
didn't want it, so he sold it to me for $2 grand.
Nice.
And it was completely stock. First thing we did was fix the frame where the steering box had
Was it busted out?
Yeah, cracked in a few
yeah.
spots. So I bought that brace and the fix kit from ORD. We got that all fixed up.
Nice.
And that was pretty much it for about the first year. I had to put some money away to save up to get these axles. So the Dana 60 I ordered from Voice Equipment up in Ogden, Utah.
See, that's where I'm gonna get mine from.
Yeah, $2,200.
And you have it geared the way you want it and everything.
Yeah, we didn't do anything to that axle, dude. Nothing. All I did was bolt it on. That's it. So we didn't do anything to it. It needs brakes. I think the rotors are, one of the rotors is completely shot. So it needs new rotors and brakes. And other than that, besides when I do a locker at some point on it, that'd be it. The back axle, the 14 bolt we got out of the junkyard for $175. And then we took it to this dude, Johnny, who totally rebuilt it, put the 456s in it, put a Yukon locker in it.
Nice.
Those diff covers I got from Randy's Off-Road down in Southern California. He custom makes them.
Those are nice.
Oh my God.
What are they, frickin' 3/8?
Oh dude, they're brutal. They're literally bulletproof. He said he tried to shoot it and couldn't. So
Tried to shoot.
yeah. So, and then my buddy Nick's 909, hooked me up with these wheels and tires.
Nice.
The springs, those revolver shackles.
Were these the ones that he had on his K10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They gave me those, and that's disgusting.
So you got a Band-Aid on there, nice. I thought you had a hole in your tires.
And what else did he hook me up with? The shocks. Nice. So he gave me all that for $400.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm running these tires for now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I've only had it out a few times, and they're okay. I don't.
Are they hard?
Yeah, they're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
But at least I'm able to get out and have some fun. They still got a ton of tread on them. I don't think they've actually.
Yeah. Well, and I think the sidewalls are pretty beefy on them too.
Yeah.
They got a plug in that one.
Oh, yeah. That bump, the rear bumper, Nick's sold me as well.
Oh, did he?
And then we made this one to match, kinda.
It looks, dude, I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like the clean, you know, like when you put a piece of bar or something over it and you just kind of complete the frame. I kind of like that look.
I like
you know?
it too. And when I saw how Nick's did his, I'm like, dude, that's exactly what I want. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Hell yeah. It's kind of how I did on the K10, you know. I just wanted it to be just nice and clean, and because you don't need all this stuff here.
No, it's just gonna get destroyed anyways. Hopefully not. But. So I got all new exhaust, performance muffler.
No,
they did a freaking fantastic job. And then, so the first time we ever took it out, the first hill I tried to go up, the thing just died. So it was carbureted. So we knew right away that we were gonna have to do throttle body. So my buddy James bought a 1990 Chevy dually with this big block in it with all the throttle body stuff on it. Nice. And we yanked the motor out of it, and that was the last thing we did. This motor's only been in here for about 3 months right now. So pretty much the radiator I took over to Pickard and Sons, and they totally redid it.
Nice.
It's got no heat, no AC right now, but it will.
It's clean. You put the Hydro Boost on it, I see.
That's brand new as well. Everything leaked.
Yeah.
You name it, it leaked.
Nice.
Everything. And right now it doesn't drip anything, so I'm stoked about that.
So guys, I hope you like this Blazer. And by the way, tell them about your channel.
Oh, Spun. We do like modding for Mud Runner. If you guys are into video games, we build all kinds of cool vehicles. So come check it out.
Nice. Alright guys, so showing you what's going on here. I always use flux core, so you see when it's cleaned up, you can actually see it. It leaves a little bit of splatter, but I usually do everything. There it is, not cleaned up. So I went and got a new helmet, and I can actually see what I'm doing. I was getting to where I couldn't see nothing. That helmet was sold. But anyways, I think it looks pretty cool. I like that I put the holes in it. I just think it gives it like a, I don't know, just like a more creative kind of look. And then I put these tabs on it, so, you know, they're not perfect, and they don't have to be. They just, I round them a little bit just so they, you know, when they're painted, you don't really, there's no hard edges on them. And then I'm just going to drill some holes, and let's get them mounted up. So let's do that now, and then we can go to the other side and get that air box plate on there. Alright guys, this is where I'm wrapping up today. So here is the battery tray mount. Obviously I got to take it off and clean it, but I don't think it's going nowhere anyways. I welded my tabs on there. I'm gonna use some different hardware, probably just some 3/8 stuff that I got laying around, and just weld nuts on here. I just wanted to mock it all up for now, and it's looking good. Same with over here. Now this right here, way overkill for this whole thing. I probably could have just used a piece of angle or done something else, but I wanted it to look a little bit better, and then I had this left over from another project. So I just kind of trimmed it so it conformed a little bit around the fender, and then just went ahead and burned it on. Burned it up underneath here, welded my tabs, and we're good to go. So that air box thingy-majingy, pretty solid. See, it's bolted up there. Yeah, same with this. So it's got 2 down there, so this holds all the weight of everything. That just kind of locates it. So yeah, so anyways, coming along. So hell yeah, now we can put a battery and put our air box in. Don't have to worry about it moving around. And so then I'll start getting more stuff up in the engine bay, and we'll go from there.